This isn't the legendary Bermuda Triangle. It's not a corner of the Caribbean, nor a tropical zone. You're looking at one of the most lethal regions on Earth, the Alaska Triangle. Since the 1970s, over 20,000 people have vanished here without a trace. Today, we uncover how and why and whether the truth is even more terrifying than we imagined. Located in the northwestern United States, the Alaska Triangle spans Anchorage, Juneau, and Utqiagvik, formerly known as Barrow, a massive area covering 663,300 square miles, nearly the size of Texas. Since the 1970s, it's estimated that between 16,000 and 20,000 people have gone missing here. On average, 2,250 disappear every year, double the national rate. Why has this region become America's largest graveyard of the missing? The case that defined the Alaska Triangle's eerie reputation occurred on October 16, 1972. House Majority Leader Thomas Hale Boggs, Sr. and Congressman Nick Begich were flying from Anchorage to Juneau. Also on board, aide Russell Brown and pilot Don Johns. They vanished without a trace. Boggs had reportedly disagreed with the findings of the Warren Commission on JFK's assassination, sparking theories of conspiracy. Over 50 civilian aircraft and 40 military planes searched for 39 days. Nothing was ever found. One of the most haunting is that of Gary Frank Sutherland, a 25-year-old from New York who traveled to Alaska in the 1970s to hunt. Not until 1997 was a skull found near the Porcupine River. DNA tests in 2022 confirmed it was Sutherland, likely killed and eaten by a bear. In February 2025, a Bering airplane with 10 people on board disappeared. It was found months later in frozen sea ice. No survivors, even when we find answers. Alaska reminds us how merciless it can be. Before jumping into paranormal theories, let's examine the evidence. Earthquakes and glaciers. Massive crevasses can trap bodies forever. Brutal storms, whiteouts in seconds. Temperatures plunging to -40 degrees Celsius. Extremely low population density. Just 730,000 people across vast lands, roughly 120,000 the density of urban zones. Wild predators, bears, moose, and caribou far outnumbered humans. Now, the theories that defy logic. Magnetic anomalies. Compasses can deviate up to 30, disorienting explorers and pilots. UFOs and extraterrestrial activity. Countless reports of triangular crafts unlike anything known. Legendary creatures. Bigfoot and the Kushtaka of the Tlingit, a half-otter, half-human shapeshifter said to lure travelers to their doom. Energy portals, vortexes. Some believe this region has concentrated earth energies that distort reality and magnetism. Some esoteric theories claim that the Earth contains zones of concentrated energy that bend space and time. The Alaska Triangle would be comparable to Sedona, Arizona, or the Nazca Lines in Peru. Could there be an invisible gateway in the ice and forest? Some even link it to the so-called Earth grid theory, suggesting magnetic nodal points form a planetary energy web. From a scientific lens, many disappearances have logical causes: GPS failures at extreme latitudes, solar storms interfering with compasses and radar, unpredictable air currents causing small aircraft to lose control, and darker variables: human error, disorientation, poor decisions. Still, the disappearance rate here remains disproportionately high.
Retired pilot. I've flown all over Alaska. Some areas, the instruments stop responding. You feel utterly alone, as if something watches from above the clouds. Park ranger. There are places where not even animals go. Locals call them dead zones. The forest there makes no sound. Native resident. The Kushtaka. Rivermen. Not human. They mimic the voice of someone you know and lure you away. No one comes back. For centuries, Alaska's indigenous peoples, including the Tlingit and Inuit, have spoken of supernatural entities haunting the rivers, forests, and peaks. Chief among them, the Kushtaka, a half-man, half-otter shapeshifter said to lead lost travelers to their doom or another dimension. Others speak of invisible guardians, ice spirits, and shadows that steal the mind. To them, this land has always been sacred and dangerous. Near Kokona lies the controversial HARP facility, the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Officially, it studies the ionosphere, but conspiracy theorists claim it can manipulate weather, trigger earthquakes, disrupt signals, even control minds. Some connect HARP directly to the disappearances in the Alaska Triangle. Coincidence or causality? Imagine being lost deep within the Alaska Triangle. First, your compass spins uncontrollably. There is no true north. Cold cuts through your bones. Visibility drops to just meters. You hear a crack to your left, but nothing's there. You walk, but the terrain shifts. Every tree looks the same. Suddenly, a bluish glow pulses between the trees. Vibrant, hypnotic. It calls to you. You want to follow, but something inside screams, run. You step back, and everything vanishes. You're alone, but lost forever. Some scientists have proposed theories bordering on science fiction. Could the Alaska Triangle be a point where space-time folds? A natural glitch in reality where travelers vanish into a parallel dimension? A doorway to a multiverse with intersecting timelines? Far-fetched? Maybe, but when logic fails, imagination rises. The Alaska Triangle isn't just a place on the map, It's an unsolved riddle, a challenge to our understanding of nature and of reality itself. Will you keep searching? Because in the silence of the ice, in the shadow of the pines, the story is just beginning. If this journey intrigues you, subscribe, share, and join our explorer community. Drop your theories and experiences in the comments. And remember, in the Alaska Triangle, nothing is what it seems.